Well, hello and welcome to another episode of This Old Scooter. I'm dealing with Keem. I know it's been a little while since I worked on this, but just to give you a little update on what's going on here. I guess what has happened. It's pretty much together. It's got to mount the exhaust, as you can see down here. That just tucks up under here. But as for the engine, I'll just give you a little view here. More or less all together. Carb's in here, obviously. Air intake's hooked up, everything's wired up. Pretty much all I have to do, oops, where did it go? Yeah, is install the spark plug. I'm putting in a CR7 HSA Champion. Oh, NGK, my bad. And I gapped it to 25 thou, I think. It's a little more, it's probably like 27, 28 thou. But who's counting, really? On the front of the scooter here, I'm just going to shuffle around. Got the face of it off right now because this light bulb here wasn't even wired up. This is the connection for it here that will go to that running light. There's not even a bulb holder there, so I'll show you what type it takes. Yeah, this is a little receptacle for that light. It just takes a little rubber bulb holder for a 192, 194 type bulb, if you know what I mean. This is just all cheap plastic. It's Chinese garbage. But I knew that going into it. So today I want to mount the exhaust for sure. As a definite thing. Also, some of my motor mount bolts are not even tight. They're just kind of threaded on a thread or two. I actually have to take this rack off because the seat goes in first and then the rack. But I can't have either of those on until I get it running, because I'm going to probably play some carb adjustments here. Idle, speed, mixture. I got a Briggs & Stratton fuel filter. Pretty cheap. And the other problem is this fuel cap. What should I do about this? Somebody tried to steal it, so it doesn't really latch down. A little bit messed up. It needs to be thrown out, so doesn't really seal in any particular location. So I don't know what to do about that. Probably just going to put a plastic bag over there for now. But yeah, transmission's all together, as you've probably seen it. I think I put that in a previous video. So today let's mount the exhaust and well, I'll come to you once again from the old work elevator. You might be familiar with this site already. It means my day of work is done. And I've just put some fuel into the scooter. It's now probably 6 months total time since I first had this thing at work and stripped the engine apart. So today we've got fuel in the scooter right now. We've got oh, where is it? There it is. There's old Keem. And what's going to happen right now is I've just cut out the tip for the pour for the differential oil. I'll show you that now. So the diff oil gets filled on this side of the transmission cassette. There's our fill plug right there. I've loosened it off already. So we're going to pour in like 110 milliliters of quality Motormaster 80W90. And I've already put in about 0.9 of a quart. It's like 900 milliliters-ish of 1040. And it's actually full right to there, which is possibly overfilled actually. Uh-oh. There was no oil in this thing. How'd that happen? That's clearly going to be overfilled. Right? Well, maybe that'll change once we fire it up. If not, we'll have some hydrolocking conditions, which would be bad. So let's see. I'm not going to film me putting in diff oil because that's just going to be a big mess. See if okay, we got motor oil in, we got diff oil in. I've kind of hooked up the battery. I'll have to fix this later. I got the wrong nut for that, so I'm going to the side of the terminal rather. So it's a little bit messed up. We'll fix that in a minute, but let's try and start it. Brake on. Keep in mind this thing has never run, so she's going to be a while. Let's just crank it over a couple times, get some fuel into the... Oops. Oh, I forgot to tighten that on there. My bad. Don't need that anyway. Hey, we got a runner. Look at that. Purrs like a kitten even. Not bad. Not bad at all. I smashed out the exhaust a little bit. Maybe that'll make it a little louder, I don't know. Definitely running. Let it idle for a couple seconds. It's never been run before in the cylinder. You can check my previous videos, but away she goes. It's not pissing out any fluids, so that's a good sign. See if the drive belt works. I'll rev it up a bit. Oh yeah. Smokes the block too, that's good. Well, that's exciting. I couldn't figure out why it didn't start, but I was cranking it in the do not start position. So that killed it. But you can actually crank it when that's not over, which is not right. I don't know what RPMs are doing there. Oh, she didn't like that. Probably got to up the idle screw just a touch. Yeah, I think so. She's not happy about that. Now let's touch up the idle screw. And the idle screw is just under the, well, obviously where the throttle cable attaches. So we're just setting the lowest point at which the throttle plate moves. Just going to give that a quarter turn for now. And we'll adjust it while it's running. Oops.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
You got it working?
So, now, let's try and adjust that a bit. Give it a full half turn in. There we go. Let's keep turning it in. There we go. So there is a cold start enricher. Right then, I do have it plugged in. Oh, something's happening. And my mixture screw is actually right down here. You probably can't see it. But I think it's pretty much ready to go for a spin. I don't know what the idle speed's supposed to be. That's probably a little high. Let's turn that down just. Let's turn that idle screw down just a touch. Now that I have this open, I can start. It's really a pain in the ass having this locking, but maybe I'll disable that lock in the future. Yeah, idle probably shouldn't be that high. Doesn't do a burnout. Very nice.
Did you actually do a burnout? Oh.
Well, that's all for today. So it runs, it drives, it's good to go. Yeah, I'm really impressed. It zips right along. Maybe did about 40K at the most, but you know, I'm not wearing helmets, not street legal right now. There she goes, so we gotta wait, but Keem, good job, Keem. I need to fix this fuel lid. Just gonna throw a rubber strap over that so it's not so loose-like. And just gonna go over it and generally just retorque things, the wheel nuts. And also, I'll show you one more thing that's an issue. Yeah, just whenever I steer, this throttle cable is actually rubbing up against here, so that just needs to be bent. We could probably fix that right now, but we won't because it's hard to bend. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. And this thing will be on the streets shortly.